right, here with Charles Turner. First off, man, just talk about your experience being here so far, what you kind of learned about yourself and the competition level.
First of all, it's a blessing just being here, being in consideration for the Reese's Bowl. It's just a true blessing. Also, the competition is very, very high, going against guys just as good as you, if not better, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a competitive spirit here, definitely hard working, got meetings all day and stuff like that, just getting you prepared for the league for real.
What have you learned about yourself, maybe, from the coaching staff?
Really, I just learned that, right now, I got to use my length a little bit more. I thought like previously that I used it well, but they want to see me use it a little bit more and stuff like that. So that's what I really been working on. Also, anchoring. I learned that I got to set my hips earlier on and get my hips on target better. Really that's what I've been working on these last 2 days.
Talk a little bit about Brad Davis. I know he's a big part of your development and just what he brought to the table as a coach in those meeting rooms. What was that like?
Yeah, Brad Davis, man, he's a first of all, let me say this, he's a great person, a great man, a great mentor of mine. Great manly figure in my life. We talk a lot about things, just off the field, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about Brad Davis I like the most about coaching is he knows how to bring it out of every person. So he reads everybody differently. He knows some people can't take tough coaching and he might, venture off and do other things with them. Like for a guy like me, I love tough coaching, so he stayed harping on me, stayed on me, but he just knows everybody's personality. He knows how to work with everybody, really.
All right, so you're not in the building anymore, so you can talk a little more about this, but him as a recruiter, I mean, it's been kind of crazy how well LSU's recruited the guys they brought in. I mean, just talk about what have you seen just recruiting not only guys in high school ranks, but re-recruiting guys to say, hey, we want you to come back next year and play for us.
Yeah, for sure. Coach Davis is a big recruiter. When he got those guys, Will and Emery, his first year, that was a major blessing for us and helped us out a lot. Also, Coach Davis, recruiting wise, he hits the road. That's what he does. He likes to hit the road. He likes to keep it going. He's really, like I told you, he's just a great person. So people love to confide in him. They love to just talk to him. They love building a relationship with him. And that's why I think he's a good recruiter.
Over the last 2 years, obviously back-to-back 10-win seasons and kind of just building a foundation. Where do you feel like you left this LSU program? And obviously you have a young guy that was behind you, DJ Chester. We assume he's going to take the reins next year. Where do you feel like he is in his development?
Yeah, for sure. These last 2 years have been a blessing of mine. Couldn't unfortunately get the job done. Now we wanted to get John, which was win a national championship. But the 2 years previous before that, we were in the slump. Both 6-win seasons weren't too good. So I felt like those last 2 years was a big part on my shoulders just to try to get the program back on top and try to get the program back in the limelight. And so those last 2 years were definitely it was tough for us to get back on top, but we got things done. And DJ Chester, he's coming up. He's going to be a great fit for LSU. Big solid kid. Smart, intelligent. He's going to do well. I'm looking for big things out of DJ.
You have a favorite memory playing inside Tiger Stadium? One stick out in particular?
2022 Alabama game, overtime win.
Do you even remember when Mason Taylor scored the touchdown?
Yeah, I remember. I tried to sprint to him, and I end up clicking my knee braces together and fell. And then when I fell, I just cried in the end zone. I just started crying and stuff. Then I got up and seen all the fans storming the field. It was just like a dream come true for real.
Obviously, there's brand name programs, and LSU means something. That helmet, the fight song, everything. When you look at it, where the direction it's heading under Brian Kelly, I mean, it's a team that feels like they should be competing for national championships every year.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like in the next couple of years, next year, wherever, I feel like we set the program up to compete for national championships year in and year out.
Last one for you. Versatility is massive for offensive linemen going next level. Where do you feel like you are in that, being able to kind of be an interchangeable piece along the front, offensive front?
Yeah, I for sure find myself. I think of myself as a versatile player. I can play all three interior. I can play a little bit of tackle too. So wherever a team needs me, that's what I'll do.
All right, here with Jordan Jefferson. Jordan, just kind of talk about your time here so far. What's it been like for you? What have you maybe learned more about yourself?
I've been enjoying it. It's a blessing.
A little more.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's a blessing just being out here with the best of the best, getting some good work with the position coaches and NFL coaches there, added to our toolbox and sharpening the tools we already got in our box. It's been a blessing.
obviously, you made the decision to transfer to LSU and everything like that. I mean, how do you feel like that maybe paid off for you, just the development aspect, and maybe a little more exposure?
Yeah, I feel like it paid off in that aspect. I feel like I made a good move. Morgantown will always have my heart. I loved it up there, but I feel like I needed to make that move.
Obviously, you guys had a lot of different coaching changes along the defensive line. Was that ever a kind of a struggle, or was it something that you feel like you guys kind of dealt with, the best you could?
Yeah, it was a little bit of a struggle, but most of what he did was he just brought us closer together as a position room, so we just learned to gel together and play for each other,
Talk about obviously the old guy in the room. I mean, you're a veteran. You guys have a lot of talent there. I mean, you feel like there's kind of a next crop of young guys that are really going to make an impact?
Almost definitely. One thing about it, LSU always is going to have talent. Always going to have good guys, and especially in that room. Because who would not want to play for purple and gold? That's literally D-line tradition. You can think of all the greats that came through there and went on to make Hall of Fame careers in NFL. That place of culture. So I feel like they will.
Take me back to when the first time you got to meet Pete Jenkins. The guy's a character, obviously hard-nosed guy. What was that like, and him kind of influence on that defensive line as the season went on?
Oh man, it was huge. You go from seeing a guy that you hear about, or you look up on the internet, or you just see glimpses of on TV, and he's in your room every day at your disposal. Who wouldn't take advantage of that? So it's been a blessing having Coach Pete around and just pouring what he knows into us and making us better players.
Obviously, Mason Smith made the decision to declare Mekhi Wingo going to go as well. What can you say about those two guys that you got to kind of see up close and personal this season?
Those boys are special. Both of them. They have bright futures ahead of them, no doubt about it. They're going to be guys in the league. They're going to play a long time in the league. Those guys are the next level talent. And it's been nothing but a blessing and an honor to play with those guys, especially every Saturday. Being able to line up and play next to those guys.
I know Brian Kelly mentioned the violence that you play with up front, and also versatility-wise. Is that something you're trying to continue to kind of pitch to NFL teams as you kind of get into this next stage of your career?
Yes, sir, most definitely. Because one thing about it, your D-line is a reflection of your team. I like to play with a chip on my shoulder. So I do. No matter what I do, I know I'm gonna be a violent player.
Last one for you. Any favorite memories from Baton Rouge? I know you got to play there 1 year, but any memories stand out or moment or game?
To be honest with you, every game day. Just game day in Tiger Stadium, especially the night games. They're crazy. And the fact that you can go in there and, everybody got 103,000, a lot of people, it's just, man, Baton Rouge is live.